I'm
Should
scared.
I just get in here? Knock, knock, everybody. We're back. Open the door. It's pretty much fine. Coming in to your ears. I don't like it. Carol doesn't like it.
No, I like it. I liked
keep
it.
going. But one foot in
You
the
have to introduce
door, looking
yourself.
around. I'm Kat.
And I'm Carol.
And this is...
And I just remembered we didn't do that on the last episode.
We're not perfect, and we never claimed to be. But we did
that's
say
okay.
this is pretty much fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
You said that.
But yeah, welcome back. Another week here, pretty much fine. Another day on this earth, being an anxious freak. And also, we welcome all the non-anxious freaks to this podcast as well. Love to hear about, what's the word you use? A non-neurodivergent brain? Or is neurodivergent, like... You can't even say normal, but I'm not normal.
No, I think that's like specifically like ADHD, autism,
okay,
those
don't
type
be
things.
lumping my ADHD in with other stuff. I'm perfect.
Well, they are related.
Oh, now I'm on
That's
the
why it's
spectrum
like-
too with everybody else. My goodness.
I don't know.
I hope I'm not.
I honestly-
I definitely can't look people in the eye that often, but that doesn't have to mean that.
No. That's not it.
Can't look my problems in the eye either. Block it out,
Yeah.
block it out, block it out. Well, we're back, and yeah, maybe we didn't introduce ourselves last week, but it's
okay, we're still learning.
Yeah, you don't really need to know our names every episode. That's crazy. I'm actually staring at a sandwich that I got hours ago right now, and the other half of it is on the table. And this isn't groundbreaking in any way. But isn't it frustrating that when you get takeout and, like, you're spending money on it, so you want it to be good, you overthink, like, oh, my God, should I get this? Should I get that? Like, especially when you're not craving anything specific, so stressful.
Hate that.
I today got a Caesar salad wrap, which so good, but I shouldn't have gotten it because not all food is created equal in the sense of lasting. Like, I couldn't put this in the air fryer
So true.
and bring it back to life because of the lettuce. So if I got this wrap, I should have been starving, and I wasn't. I just saw someone else get it and was like, damn, that looks so good, and that's all. Like, had blinders on, didn't think of any consequences. Now I'm staring at the other half of my wrap, which I know, oh my God, I'm so healthy, only had one half and got full. But it was it's like a big boy wrap, like it's, which I appreciate. It's genuinely the size of my head, and I am sad because like I don't want to waste it, but at this point I don't know if I can go back either, and that's fucked. And sometimes you really do have to plan for if you're not going to finish it, you have to order something based on that you could revive in, say, an air fryer, which is my favorite heater of choice.
So true. That always brings everything back to life. I don't know if I've talked about this. I feel like I did on the pod about how like the anxiety. I've been having a lot of like food anxiety lately.
I feel like a lot of your anxiety is food based, which you don't like to eat in front of people. So we could get into that one of these days, like deep dive.
Well, if you want to get deep, we can get deep. But I like whenever I go out of town, food is like a struggle for me. Like eating is a struggle. Like I don't know what it is. And especially when I go abroad, I just would like order a pasta dish in Italy and it would be the best thing I've ever had, like ever tasted. But I would eat 2 bites and like my stomach would just turn with like anxiety and I wouldn't be able to finish it. One thing my mom always really instilled in me growing up is like, you don't have to finish all the food on your plate. Like
my mom was the opposite. She was like, fucking finish that shit, bitch.
Yeah, my mom was always like, just eat until you're full and then it's fine.
Wow, that's so healthy.
And I know, it's a really like, I think that's like the healthy way to do it. I think it's like a good way to teach yourself, like, you know, you stop when you're full, you don't have to finish your plate. But that is like a very different cultural standard than like other people. Like other people in different cultures, not finishing your food is considered incredibly like disrespectful and rude. And so I always struggle whenever I go abroad because there's that expectation that if you didn't finish, it's because you did not like it or you are just like being blatantly like disrespectful. So
chef,
that
hey,
always
can you send
added.
out the chef? Yeah, can we get the chef out here? Yeah, I'm not enjoying my pasta.
That's like, I feel like that's how they take it. So I like, I'm always just so anxious about that. And yeah, it's been like, it's honestly been expanding into more everyday life. Keegan came home from a work trip in Puerto Rico and he brought these like cool pastries and things back, and I haven't tried them yet. I'm having this really weird anxiety about like trying new foods, and it's not good because I'm literally going to London and Paris. I know, like it's not like me at all, but it's like I'm thinking about it right now. It's like actually making me like a little. I'm kind of sweating. Like I don't want to try it. I don't know how to explain it. I do like I want to taste it. I want to eat it, but like my body is telling me like no, you cannot try anything new.
Even me, like. I can't wait till we have just so many listeners that are flooding your DMs like same girl because your anxiety is very, I don't want to say niche because I'm very sure you are clearly not alone out there, but I can't wait to see how not niche it is because we have, obviously we have similarities but very different anxieties, which is what's so beautiful about anxiety. There's so many shapes and forms of this sick disorder. I mean, I would like to say, unless, I mean, obviously you can finish too. The one thing that I've had with food and not eating it, which is so stupid, when I was little and my dad would get such a specific memory. My dad would be cute and he would get me like a pastry that was shaped like a dog because I'm obsessed with dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And I would let it just die in the fridge because it was so cute that I did not want to eat it. Not at all what you're saying, but it just triggered that memory of does anyone ever felt that way? Like even the Easter bunny chocolate, wouldn't eat it because it's shaped like a cute bunny. I'm not eating this. It's a bunny.
I can't relate to that. Yeah, I'm really so excited to bite that bunny's head off.
Yeah, never in my life have I consumed an Easter bunny chocolate. Never in my life have I eaten a pastry shaped like a dog.
That's crazy.
I just would let it die in the fridge. Really weird. And I love dessert, so like it was a true sacrifice.
That's really odd.
Yeah, I don't think that might be.
So we all have our quirks.
That might be just me, myself, and I out here, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's a niche one. Love a good like niche anxiety.
Well, air fryers are number one, just to let you know that. Like, if I was a salesperson for anything, it's air fryers. Like, I could have a whole kitchen. I could live in New York again with no kitchen appliances and just an air fryer, and I'd be fine. I actually think, especially because I'm in a phase of not cooking right now, I ebb and flow, go through phases, ADHD. And right now I'm on a major air fryer phase. Like, anything I make, it's, like, in the air fryer. Maybe, like, an egg fried, like, that situation on a pan, but I could argue that all you need in your kitchen is an air fryer, low-key.
When we moved into our new house, I started to unpack boxes of like our kitchen appliances and stuff and put them on like we had this like big shelf, like wire shelf in the laundry room that was just like there when we moved in. And so I put my air fryer like up on the wire shelf, go to like turn around, grab another appliance to put up. The whole shelf collapses and falls because it was not into the studs. This is like when you buy a house, you realize how shitty they like made everything. Like all of our shelves flew out of the wall when we put stuff on them because
it's like a scavenger hunt to see what they lied to you about.
Literally. And my air fryer fell and like it got bent and I feel like it's never been the same since.
That's fine.
So that's a little unfortunate.
Looks like you're gonna have to spend some money, honey. I was lucky to have an air fryer in home from a roommate. So when I do move out, I will have to be investing in an air fryer because I can never live without one.
I don't think they're that expensive, but I honestly think we got
that they've been there for a while. There's
wedding
segments of like higher price and like affordable. But all comes back to my Caesar salad wrap, which I don't even think can be air fried. So it's just sitting, staring at me, mocking me. I feel guilt for getting it. Like, what a dumb choice. And it had me thinking, wow, you really do have to plan out sometimes. Like, if I'm either starving and I know I'm going to finish it, I can order anything I want. Or if I'm, like, kind of hungry but could definitely have half now, half later, don't be ordering a Caesar salad wrap, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Chipotle. Like, if I know I'm going to eat it I'll get a burrito. But, like, I can't re-eat a burrito.
No, because of the lettuce in there,
it has to be cold.
Lettuce. It's all about the lettuce.
I know. That's so true. I honestly have started, if I know I'm going to reheat it, I just like won't get it with the lettuce.
That's smart. So that's a smart girl right there.
But then you're missing out on the nutrients.
Yeah, well, at that point.
But really, like, how much nutrients is in like a little handful of like romaine lettuce?
No, it's really romaine, which is the least amount of nutrients. So it's like, whatever, scrap it.
Yeah, it's not like it's spinach.
Caesar salad's like the biggest lie of health that we all lie to ourselves about. Like, Caesar salad is
I
not
love a
healthy.
Caesar salad.
No, I'm just saying
I mean, does anyone think it's healthy?
I think we all are like, you know what? I'll get the Caesar salad. And it's like, girl, you could just get the chicken fingers. Like, there's a bunch of like ranch and fucking fried chicken. It depends, but like for the most part, I think it is a lie that we all enjoy.
Yeah, well, I just enjoy Caesar salad.
Oh, me too. It's like America's favorite salad.
Is it America's?
I have no idea.
It was invented by Caesar, probably.
Jesus Christ, I'm not a goddamn AI, Carol. People are always expecting people on podcasts they'll be like, oh, corrections corner or whatever. It's like, do you want to listen to robots or do you want to listen to human beings? Like, I cannot know everything. Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, sometimes it's fun when you're listening to a podcast and you're just screaming in your car the right answer as they're getting it wrong.
Been there. Definitely been there. Like, oh my God, you fucking idiots. I'm part of the problem. But I've never stopped listening to a podcast because I was like, they keep, it's fine.
Yeah. I feel like I would be more turned off if it was like, okay, let's Google literally everything we're questioning. Like, that gets to be boring.
Yeah. Oh my God. So many podcasts where they're live Googling on the thing. And I'm like, I don't care that much. Like, let's just keep it.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah. Keep them
You should have done your research before you started recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us how much you don't care about our this podcast?
Yeah. Slacking on the job.
How about you tell your sponsors that they should pay you a little less because you're not putting in your full effort? What about that?
Wow, one day people are going to listen back and they're like, oh my God, it was so nice back in the day when they had no ads,
So true. Well, guess what, guys? We are fucking working our asses off to get ads. And by working our asses off, I mean just posting weekly. We have a lot of other work that we need to be doing, but we're easing into being back, so relax, you guys. I just went on a tangent last episode about how I can't get myself to do anything, so stop being so hard on me.
Yes, stop being so hard on yourself.
Yeah, geez, what the hell. Moral of the story is, oh my God, I can't wait for the day that we have sponsors, which it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Air fryer.
Stay tuned.
Ooh, come on, air fryer. You get the hell down here. I will talk
just
about
nondescript.
Air fryers. Do a whole episode on air fryers. I love them. I'm obsessed. Oh, there is nothing that can save a French fry in this world except an air fryer. You just have to throw away your leftover French fries. Waste. Don't even get me started on food waste and the problem it's causing in the world. French fries can now be saved thanks to air fryers. French fries can now be saved.
Hallelujah.
Woo! I literally also got French fries with the Caesar wrap, and I'm not stressed about it. Didn't have any of them because I wanted to try to get through the wrap. Doesn't matter. Air frying them later.
Yeah, at least those aren't going to die.
Ew.
I had to take Phoebe and Jack to the vet this week, and those are my 2 cats, if you don't know.
If you don't know, seriously, where have you been in the past, however many episodes? Because, again,
they're
constant
perfect.
Reminder, go back. All of our episodes are perfect. I love every title we've ever made. Before we relaunched, I was rereading them, I'm like, wow, I'm so proud of this. I'm so happy we're back.
Yeah,
and
so
Jack and Phoebe are producers on the podcast, actually. Very important players to pretty much find. Her 2 cats. One white, one black, yin yang, me and Carol.
And they literally are yin and yang because their personalities are polar opposites. First of all, getting 2 cats in carriers at the same time is like an Olympic sport because once one of them knows what's up, the other one is gone.
That's actually so true. Who is your first one? Who's the hardest that you have to do first?
I decided to do Jack. So I had this was my strategy. Okay, I put the cat carriers out 2 days ahead of time so that they're sniffing. They're sniffing.
Something's gonna
they're
be
going in
down
there. Because they love their carriers. When they're not in them being taken to the vet, they love to just sleep in there. So I just let them kind of get used to them, not arouse any suspicions.
Wait for them to sleep and then zip it up. Here we go.
And then it was time to go. And so I went and I put the 2 carriers in the guest bathroom and closed the door. And then I went and got Phoebe because I knew Phoebe was smart enough to figure out what was happening. She would figure it out first. So I got Phoebe in first. She was a breeze. Jack.
Interesting that she was a breeze. I do not see that for her.
You just got to know how to get her in there before she even knows what's happening.
Okay.
You have to do it as fast as possible. Jack, on the other hand, he's so strong and he will literally fight you on it. So it's really so funny. I wish there was a video camera that could capture it.
We could definitely make that happen. So
yeah, we honestly
think about
could.
That
Candy camera.
Content, please.
Yeah, we definitely could. But yeah, it's just always such an event taking them to the vet. And they're so funny how Jack, we get to the vet, let him out. He just starts prancing around the room. Phoebe cowers in the corner.
I love Jack's prance. He's such a confident king.
Yeah, it was funny. He did not want to get weighed at all. So don't really know.
He's had a tough winter. Relatable.
Yeah, but I will say they both are like healthy weight. I'm so proud. I think I've bragged about this on the podcast before,
but it's worth bragging.
My cats were overweight
in Carol's heart. Yeah, Carol had a big old fat cat, like literal the cat from Princess Diaries, Fat Louie, was Carol's cat. Like they even looked like the same pattern. Everything. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Lily
in childhood.
Queen,
yeah, that
bitch,
was my childhood
but
cat.
A queen.
She was so bitchy. I was the only one she trusted, which was like the most beautiful bond ever with an animal. Yeah. But
it's like what
it
I
also
want from
was
every
funny.
Man. Like me only. That's it. We hate everyone else. Okay.
I'll never forget when we went on vacation and we boarded her and we went to go pick her up, and this was like in her later years when she was like especially grumpy, and we like were like hi.
She must have been like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
They told us she was miserable the entire time. Feel bad.
She's writing letters to you like, Carol, you fucking bitch. Really thought we had something, thought we had a special bond, and it seems you have abandoned me.
Never gonna forgive you for this. But we showed up, we're like, oh hi, we're here to pick up Lily. They go back, and then I remember being like, they've been back there for a while. Are they okay?
Oh my god.
And then they come back.
That's terrible. They must have been wounded.
They came back and without the cat, and they were like, you're gonna have to come get her. Like,
damn.
she's not letting us get her.
That has to be the hardest part of the job for them. Nothing, not dogs putting cats back in there. That's actually like, I need an extra $1,000 a week for that.
Yeah, I would never. Like, I would always have the owner come do it, because if she scratched me getting her out, like, she was gonna kill him.
No, yeah, I was genuinely afraid of that cat. Like, she did not like me. She was giving me the side eye at all times.
Remember when you brought Kitty?
I knew that's what was about to come. I had a cat. It wasn't my cat, but junior year I was watching. That's a whole other story that we should tell one day. We've definitely touched on junior year, but
yeah, I think we lightly touched.
And yeah, I was watching my roommate's cat while she had left for, she wasn't there the second semester. A whole other story. We can, if you're really curious, you should message into hello@prettymuchfine.com. And I had to go, I don't really know where I was going, but I had to drop my cat off with Carol to watch. And Carol was being so nonchalant, acting like everything's fine, as if cats aren't the most territorial animals ever. And Lily being like, sorry, biggest bitch ever. Like, love her, respect her. But, like, let's just be honest here.
And she has never been around other cats, like, since she was...
but Carol's like, yeah, just let Kitty out. Like, it'll be fine. Oh my god, these two almost in front of us murdered each other. Like, I almost saw dead animal. Like, I wouldn't have been okay. Carol was like, oh, it's fine. All of a sudden, wrestling match, like murder, like noises I've never heard come out of cats' mouths. Like, I was so anxious, and I was like, Carol, no. And they had to be separated the entire trip. So,
yeah, I put Kitty in the guest room.
Did you have fun with Kitty though?
I did. It was really sad because I tried to put Lily in the guest room and like let Kitty, and yeah, that did not work.
Lily was like, oh.
She was like, what the
someone
fuck
here
is
and you
wrong
really
with you?
think you're going to put me in the guest room? I'm not a guest. I live here. Are you serious?
Yeah, but Kitty was fine, and I would go and hang out in there with her. We would chill.
Oh, I can't believe that house doesn't exist anymore. Fun. Emotional. So many memories.
I know. I really did love my parents' old house that they had when I was still in college. Yeah, I had my own entrance.
It was awesome.
Sick.
I have to get it out. I have to get it out. Okay?
We need a Patreon.
So, you guys, please listen so we can have a Patreon and say crazy stuff on it that our families can't hear. Or at least we could see actively if they subscribed and block them if you can do that on Patreon. We can have a talk with them. Like, very thankful that our families are so supportive, but there are some things you don't need to know.
Yeah.
I love that it's not like the outward public that like keeps us up at night. It's like our families hearing anything that keeps us up at night.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Stay away.
For sure.
It's so Pink Pony Club. Like,
yes.
It's
so true. I love that
song. Pink Pony Club, you guys.
Speaking of things that disappoint your family, or specifically my family, I wanted to talk about tattoos because I think it's time. I think I'm finally ready to get some.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I mean it too.
No fucking
I'm serious.
way.
It's on the record.
You want to make sure like you still feel that way when you get out of this depressive episode?
Good point.
Just like make sure,
No, I'm not doing it like tomorrow, but I want to start like looking for an artist.
Okay, well, I don't support matching tattoos. Like, don't do that with your husband, because I'm genuinely, I don't have like too many superstitions. Like, I do, but I don't. I genuinely am afraid of matching tattoos. I really, really think like bad stuff would happen.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So often, like, my friend group were like, we'd be on vacation. They're like, let's get matching tattoos. Let's get matching tattoos. And I would always be the anxious bitch that was like, guys, I don't think it's a good idea. And where are we now? Haven't seen him in a while, guys. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, good thing you didn't get it.
But they probably would have been cool.
I don't have
tattoos, but
I don't have any matching ones on my list right now. Those aren't like my top priority.
That's just my biggest fear. I don't think matching's the way to go. I get that it's romantic. I was
like
just
the
watching
idea,
Love is Blind reunion. This man, what is with men putting our eyeballs on their bodies? Like, I get it's supposed to be romantic. Like, Zayn did it for Gigi.
I've never seen anyone do that.
Zayn Malik did it for Gigi Hadid. Look how that worked out. Now she's watching him, which is honestly works out in the girl's favor. It's like, oh, yeah, you moved on. Well, I'm still here, motherfucker, and I see you. I literally see you every day. And the guy from Love is Blind, he looks like this innocent, like one of the whitest men ever, just like Vineyard Vines looking ass. And he lifts up his shirt and he got like a square of her, like, top of her head and her eyeballs. And I'm just like, and everyone's like, oh my God. And I'm like, well, good luck to him. They literally got married after knowing each other for a few weeks, and now he has a permanent tattoo. And I do think they're a lovely couple. They seem very in love, but like, it just feels like such a scary curse to me.
That is a big curse. I feel like that's intense. I feel like, getting any type of, I remember there was a girl I was friends with in high school, and her boyfriend got her like lips tattooed on him.
Dear God.
And I was like,
in high school, no less.
Like,
wake
up,
you
of
guys.
Of course it was in high school.
Wake up. You probably don't even have each other on fucking Instagram anymore at this point.
Oh,
nonetheless,
for sure,
the tattoo
probably not.
on your body, my goodness. And I'm not against tattoos in any way. I'm just scared of ones that have to do with other people. Unless they're dead.
Oh, well, all mine have to do with other people.
Like, unless they're dead and they can no longer wrong you. I don't think.
True. One of them one of my ideas was for my grandmother.
Okay,
so.
Beautiful. Love that. Okay, tell us your ideas, by the way. Get them out there.
Oh, you want to? Oh,
I wasn't going to. I mean, you can't just tell us you want tattoos.
No, we can.
Like, come on.
I've always wanted to get like a little bumblebee for Gabby, because I always call her my bee.
Okay, that is adorable.
That's something I've been talking about.
Shitting on the thing that like you literally do. So
well, no, they're not matching. Like, she wouldn't.
True.
Have one too.
Preach.
And like, honestly, I would never get a tattoo like for someone or whatever, like if I wasn't like, even if it ended in the worst way possible, like I would still cherish like the time we had together. You know, like really I still and I know it's not gonna end in the worst way possible, because like I know her.
Yeah, she's perfect.
So
God, I miss you,
and I've known her since I was 12.
We had her on the podcast way back when. Don't even know what that sounds like, because it was truly the very beginning, but
I know that was like episode 5 or something.
She needs to come back on.
The one I wanted for my grandmother, I have like a couple different ideas. I know I definitely want something. I thought about getting, she had this like quote she would always say when she was done eating. She would say, I've had an elegant sufficiency. Stop. And I like always have loved that. And so I kind of wanted to get an elegant sufficiency tattooed somewhere on me.
You also need to get custom plates that have that on the plate, so when you finish your food, like that phrase is there. That'd be so cute.
Stop. Oh my God, that is the best idea ever. I need to do that.
There's a pottery place near me if you want to like come visit, and we could go. You actually have to come visit. You're due for a visit after.
I actually am.
I
know.
You also can plan a trip somewhere. It doesn't have to be Boston. We'll get there. Sorry. Anyway, we can be off pod.
Another idea I had for my grandmother was when you would pour her a cup of coffee, she would always say, I want just half a cup. So I was thinking about that. I can, because it's got to be hot. I hate when my coffee gets cold. So I'm the same way. I want it hot. So just a half a cup. And I wanted to get like just a half a cup of coffee, like in a teacup.
Oh, that's cute.
That was like another idea I had. So I don't know. That one's not nailed down. That one's not finalized. The bee, I've been wanting to do that for like 7 years at this point. So I think
a bee would be adorable. Like, and you wouldn't even have to explain the whole thing behind it unless you wanted to. It's just it can either just be a bee, or it can be a bee with a story.
Yeah. The other one I had was this one like I've been thinking about it for a while, and I keep going back and forth because I feel like it's like a trendy tattoo. So that's kind of why I'm like, I really want to think about it for a while, but I really want to get a cowgirl boot.
It's so fucking weird that you said that, because in my head when you were like, it's trendy, quote unquote, I was going, literally my inner thought, my inner dialogue was, oh my God, same girl. I have like a red tattoo, and I always wanted another red one, and I pictured it as like a tiny little cowboy boot. But then unfortunately, Kendall Jenner got the exact tattoo, and now, even now, people are probably thinking, oh yeah, sure, you thought that before, Kendall Jenner. Don't care. I did, and now it feels like it just can't be. Oh my God, I want a little tiny cowboy boot too, Carol.
Oh my God, well, you just said you don't want matching.
I know. What if we just like, our boots are different, and I can never lose you.
Yeah,
so
no, that's cute. I wanted
a
a card sticking out of it. I don't know why I said number 7.
Oh, 7, lucky number 7, baby. That's
my favorite number is 72. I don't know if I've told people that.
Specific.
So random.
That's so fucking specific. What are you talking about? There's no one in this world that picks 72. That is something I am so confident that you are the only living, breathing human on this entire earth whose favorite number is 72. And if I'm wrong, raise your fucking hand, because this is crazy.
Yeah, email us at hello@prettymuchfine.com.
13, 7. This girl's saying, like, if Taylor Swift did 72, she'd have a really complicated Easter egg to deal with.
Oh my God.
Oh, it all comes back to Taylor Swift. They say none of this is about me, but what if it is? The way that she defined all my inner thoughts of having anxiety is like, all the people are like, oh, don't make it about you, you're overthinking. But what if it is? And it is probably. How could it not be?
I remember when I first heard that song and heard her say that, and I was like, Catherine.
Thank you. You saw me. You heard me. I felt seen and heard.
When I started listening to the Tortured Poets album for the first time, the first song is Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Because I listened to it in order.
Not that I care, like, love Taylor Swift or anything.
But the, like, line where she's like, your wife waters flowers, I want to kill her. I literally texted Kat immediately. I was like, that is so you coded.
Yeah, I didn't know how to take it, but she wasn't wrong.
Is that offensive?
Yeah, well, I mean, technically I want to kill the girl that you ended up with. I mean, it's not, you're telling me that I'm murderous, like, which, I'm not. But of course I've pictured my enemies succumbing to a hairy messy death. But
it's mostly the drama,
Yeah, no, I
love
the
theatrical nature that you embody.
That is exactly why I will never not be love Taylor Swift, because people clown on her and they're like, oh, she sounds cringy. First of all, anyone that says cringy, like, you're fucking cringe. Like, what a dumb word. And
agree.
And way to jump on a bandwagon for a word. Like, look up a synonym, you guys. I love when people are judging other people with a word that is just trendy in the moment, and it's like, oh, that's so weird, because it's so clear that you've never formed your own individual thought right down to the word you're using to discredit someone. Wow. Uh-oh. Ranting and raving, raging. I feel rage. I am rage bait,
ranting,
bitches.
Raving, and raging.
No, literally, ranting and raving is going to be, you asked me about my Substack last episode. I want to have a segment of my Substack be ranting and raving, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And I swear to God, if I see it out there, I'll come for you. But thanks for being a listener, but not a copywriter, okay?
Oh my God.
Anyway, that is why we'll always love Taylor Swift. Like, she's theatrical. She is for the drama. She plays into the dinner and a show. Like, and that is why obviously she's a billionaire now, not very easy to relate to, but I will always relate to her core of being, like, in her songs, over the top, dramatic, like.
Yes, like the world's ending.
Because it's not serious, but it feels good to be theatrical in that way, to get through this deep, dark life. And I don't understand how people don't understand that. So yeah, I love her line so of your wife waters flowers, I wanna kill her. Because it's just like the embodiment of comparing yourself to the person that the guy that you loved ended up with, and she's out here being perfect, like Martha fucking Stewart, who you wish you could be, but you're just like some stinky, smelly fucking loser that you didn't pick. And yeah, she's just perfect. Oh God, if you hate Taylor Swift, this is the wrong place to fucking be. Okay, because you're wrong. There's no room for opinion. You're just wrong.
Yeah, if we're talking about music.
Okay, well, I think I'm talking about everything. I mean, even just right down to the cats that she has. Like, I will never hate her. Like, I love that she has 3 adorable
No, remember
cats.
what I told you about the cats?
No, I don't.
That they're Scottish fold cats.
Oh, that's them?
No, that they, like, the reason why their ears are folded down is a genetic mutation that they like purposely breed into them, and it's like a growth, like they're fucked up. Like they're not supposed to exist. They're like in pain a lot of the times.
I'm gonna need hardcore evidence. There's a reason I don't remember this. I blocked it out because it hurts me.
It's the same thing with like French bulldogs, the way that like they literally can't give birth. They have to have C-sections.
No,
like they're
French bulldogs, regular bulldogs, like what are we doing here? And I get like we have Winston over here and I'm obsessed with rag dolls. Probably not meant to be.
I looked that up and that's not the case at all.
Okay, thank God. Thank God, because that is my future, my dream. I will have a pound kitty, but I want a rag doll, and like you guys can fucking come for me, but I love animals, and I would literally put one in my home off of the street. But that two things can be true, and I also want a designer pussy, and I want a fucking rag doll, because Winston is the light of my life. He's not my cat. You may think he's my cat because I'm in love with him, but he's unfortunately not, and I just don't think I could live in this world without a rag doll, because they're so silly, they're so stupid in the cutest way, they're so floppy, they're so perfect. Like oh my God, I'm in love with him.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go down this whole like rabbit hole.
Oh, so now we hate Taylor Swift because she has Scottish fold cats. Is that what we're saying?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm moving on.
Wait, where are you moving on? What rabbit hole are we moving to?
I was moving on to like talking about like breeding and whatnot.
Wait, but are you saying that Scottish fold cats, like it's not just she like all of it is I'm going to use the term malpractice, which is not the right term.
Yeah, like it's all bad.
Okay.
It's
but
like
anyone you a bad person to get one, or is it just like she saw them online and was like, oh, what a cute cat? You know, you can't really say.
Yeah, but that's just like you didn't do your research.
Okay, well, we're not all perfect.
It's like unethical. That's all.
All right, well, yeah, breeding is fucked and disturbing and disgusting.
Well, no, that's why I wanted to talk.
Oh, true. My bad. You're a child.
Turn into my point because, okay.
No, but I don't even know. I honestly will admit, like, I know that there's bad breeding. I don't even know if there's good breeding. I don't know. I haven't ever had a pet in my life, so I'd have to do that research.
I can tell you.
Okay.
Because I did a lot of research about it when I was looking to get a dog. And there are ethical breeders. I'm sure they have the same thing for cats too, where you sign a contract with them that basically states that you under no circumstances can ever give that cat away. You can't give it away to a friend. You can't give it away to a shelter. You can't do that. You have to return it back to the breeder. And then the breeder will either keep it or find another home for them. So that way, they would never, ever, ever end up in a shelter unless someone was like violating their contract, which...
But can you trace that back?
You could sue.
Can you find out if someone did violate the contract? Like, is that traceable?
Yeah, so if you purchase an animal from an ethical breeder, they microchip them with their information. So if you were to surrender the animal to an animal shelter, they scan for a chip. They would get that chip come up, and then they would call that number, and then the breeder would come get them. So that is the way that you can like ethically purchase animals, is by finding someone who does that. And anyone else who does not do that is not doing it ethically. And those dogs and cats do have a risk of ending up in a shelter. And that's a huge red flag. If someone doesn't have like a contract like that, that means they're not doing it the right way. And they don't give a fuck where those animals end up once they're out of their house.
Oh, that's terrible. And
I do. You just have to be cautious.
I know nothing now, but I do promise to all people, the listeners and all, that when I do finally get a pet, I will be seeking Carol's help in doing it properly.
Happy to help.
Because there's no reason to do it improperly, truly. There's none.
Yeah, there's just so much information out there. And that's sort of my point. Like, in 2025, I don't really think it's a good excuse to be like, oh, I just didn't know, when you have a Google search. Like,
no,
just
I absolutely
Google
agree.
the breed of animal you want, and it'll tell you, like...
I agree.
It'll come up.
And I can't wait. The day that I get a cat is going to be the most special day of my life. The day that I get my first dog, which is much farther down the line than the first cat, is also going to be the most special day of my life. And I am so excited. Never had a pet growing up. Small violin moment. I know.
Seriously,
it's
play
the
it.
Weirdest thing about is play it, baby. Because oh, wow, I love it. Can you do that every time I say that?
Sure.
Yeah, it's been off, like the chip, one of the my shoulder is so heavy. I have so many chips on it. But
it's not even there anymore.
No, It's literally
chipped right off.
I have to go to physical therapy for how uneven my shoulders are.
It's like one of those Roman statues where the arm falls off.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm the inspiration. I'm reincarnated. Back in the day I was the inspiration for those, so no big deal. I have a huge schlong. Kidding. I'm a woman. But one of the many chips on my shoulder is my mom never letting us get a pet, and her reason would be like, we travel all the time, which, like, whatever, you bitch, but it's fine. Love you, love my mom. So I did doggy daycare as I got my fix. I've adopted so many pets that were my friends' pets as if they were my own, but one day it's gonna be fucking mine. I cannot wait.
I can't wait. Oh my god, I cannot wait.
And they're gonna be part of the brand.
Best.
They're like Phoebe and Jack. They will be hired to this podcast.
We need to do like a photo shoot with like your cat and Theo.
We fucking shit. You guys heard it here first, Carol. Me and Carol are in deep need of a new photo shoot, and you just made me realize we might have to have it at a cat cafe if a cat cafe allowed us. No, I'm not kidding. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
Okay, I'm writing that down right now. If we got there at the right lighting, we wouldn't have to use flash and hurt the kitty's eyeballs. Like, we obviously have to pay the cat cafe, I'm sure, but like we could
I'll probably have to like rent it out for an hour or something.
Out. Yeah, we can be quick.
So quick.
We got the shot. Oh, we got the shot. Can we get some money back? Okay. That'd be an awesome photo shoot. One that has not been done. Everyone's fucking doing the phones now. It's so annoying. Okay.
It is really annoying.
Speaking of photo shoots, can we just for one moment want to open with the awareness that we did not even close to invent the aesthetic of the old rotary phone in a photo shoot.
Yeah, no.
It hugely inspired by things to even get to that idea in our creative photo shoot. But hands fucking to the Lord up there, whoever is sitting on that throne. We did it before all these other, like, there are so many podcasts that now, and it's almost at the point where, like, wait, why are people still doing this? Like, every fucking bitch has, unfortunately, including us. And it's crazy. I mean, every day I'm sending Carol a new post and being like, oh, and another rotary phone.
The worst was when the Pretty Basic podcast did it.
They did it right after us. Which made me feel like we were really going somewhere, which we are. Like,
and then not only that, like, they have pretty, like, in their title. They used the phones in the photo shoot, and then they changed their intro to be like a ring and an answer, and that be like, pretty basic. No, I was like, convinced. I'm gonna kill you.
I forgot. Wait, is that serious? I don't even think I remembered that they had the ring. Oh,
no, it was a ring and then pick up like literally our intro.
Well, first of all, no one listens to the podcast. I don't know if anyone listens to it. I haven't really heard of it since we were mad about this, but I can't really say that because
they had Aspen Ovard.
We don't have a million listeners
Aspen
yet.
Ovard on. We talked about her.
Pulse.
That was the first
podcast
she did about her divorce. Actually,
I'm actually so pissed that they did the ring. I'm sorry. I know that there's been plenty of these controversies on TikTok where people are like, "Get over yourself. They didn't copy you. You think your idea was original, haha, loser," because people are so mean.
Yeah,
but there's times, and this might be one of them, where it's like, you can't tell me, because this happened directly after. Like, they could have easily been searching their podcast, ours popped up, they saw it, they listened for 5 seconds, like, it could have easily been stolen.
Honestly, it could have.
That's what's happening.
I'm delusional enough to believe that they stole our idea.
You know what they say, to make it out in this world, you gotta add some sprinkle of delusion, if not some sauce. Amen. Just smother and cover that shit, because if you're not, every famous person is like highly delusional. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's true.
Not even saying
maybe not everyone,
to
but
be
like
famous. I really just want a small kind of fame where like I can still live my life without being afraid for my life, but also can
like Chapel Roan.
No, literally. But I could also make a living doing things that I love. That's all I'm hoping for. Yeah, really, truly, and wholeheartedly. I don't have the same vision as my girl Taylor Swift, where I want to take over the world.
Yeah, me neither.
I do want a billboard. We have talked about this. Yes. I want the Lana Del Rey style billboard in the small town that the man that hurt me the most lives in, kind of vibe. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's when I've made it.
That is so fucking hilarious. We're gonna do that one day.
It's the coolest thing you could ever do, I think. I really think it might be.
It's like ultimate love. Like, how petty are you? this petty.
This fucking petty. Because I'm sorry, revenge, especially like when you're the person that loves someone more than they loved you, you lost. And that's unfortunate. And you didn't lose because you loved. Okay. And that's beautiful. And when you're not in the heartbreak moment, you can reflect and be like, I hate the saying, it's better to have loved than not, never lived at all. Because I definitely could have avoided some. But I remember when my heart was deeply broken that I was listening to Sad People podcasts, and one thing was, what a beautiful thing it is to love. What a beautiful thing it is to feel things. I think you even said it to me. I don't fucking know. And
I've definitely said something like that to you before.
Very annoying to hear when you're in it and you're in the anger and the heartbreak and the rejection, but it is very true. When you're in the heartbreak stance and the other person hurt you, you really don't get to win, and you feel this anger and this frustration and this confusion, and to be able to be big enough that you can say, you know what? Fuck you, and put your beautiful face on a big ass billboard in their town. Like, that's my kind of revenge. That really is. No one gets hurt.
Yeah, that's my kind of comedy.
Yeah, I love it.
Victimless crime.
It's just beautiful. Only crime is all the people that are distracted on the road by my face on that billboard, baby.
Yeah.
Eyes
distracted
on the road,
by
bitch.
your beauty.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to tell you about something related to Southern Charm, which I know you're probably tired of hearing about. But this will interest you. Gabby was...
Oh, I knew it. Another show suggested by Gabby that you watched.
No. Gabby was visiting me, and so I put on the episode of Southern Charm for her because she was at my house. There was a new episode out while I was working. I was like, do you want to watch Southern Charm? She was like, yeah. So I put it on in the background while I was working. Come to find out, a person who I know is like on the show.
Well, it does,
and
make
it's
sense
someone who you know.
Charleston.
Yeah, it does make sense, but we met at the University of Alabama.
Who the fuck is in it?
Do you remember my freshman year, there was like, I went to this party and the theme, it was like one of my sorority parties, and the theme was like rock stars or whatever.
Oh my God, the girl that you have that picture with?
Yes.
No way. It's
yeah, so
I was like, who the hell are you hanging out with?
I guess I could give a quick backstory. So when I went to college, I went to the University of Alabama my freshman year, and
that's where we met everybody. In case you're not understanding it,
rushed Katie, joined a sorority, and I was just like totally out of place. I like did not really fit in. We have a whole episode
on this if you want to go.
Yes, we have a whole. If you want to deep dive.
We were outcasts of our sorority, so before you think we're bitches, go listen to that episode.
Yeah, but I got invited to like this it was a swap. So a swap is a sorority fraternity party where this, maybe you should explain this.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's your freshman year is when you do them. Like, you don't do it after that for the most part.
Yeah, your freshman year, and basically your sorority teams up with a fraternity, and it like changes every week. You swap with a different fraternity, and they swap with a different sorority. So each week you have a party, there's a theme, and you're going to a different fraternity. That's pretty much it.
They were really fun, but like also scary, dangerous grounds. Glad we survived.
Yes.
Obviously want you to continue the story, but we have not done enough episodes just on Alabama. Like, we could go on and on and on because we were two girls. Carol was forced to go there. I thought I wanted to go there. And it was the beauty of like the contrast to who you really are and learning who you are through that. And we learned so much in the worst way, but we did learn. Even just like swaps alone, something they banned our freshman year was you used to go to the swap and you had to do like a lineup. I don't even remember what they called it. There was a name for it. And all the Southern girlies are screaming at me now. I hear you, girls, but I can't hear you loud enough because I don't know what it's called. But you would line up, girls one side, boys on the other. And, like, sometimes as the girls would have to close their eyes or turn around, and boys would do inappropriate things. Like, it'd be like 1, 2, 3. I don't even fucking remember. But
are you kidding?
They canceled it pretty quickly into our freshman year.
That was still going on?
A few swaps that I had, it was going on, and then it stopped because boys would do things like your eyes would be closed, and then they'd be, like, kissing you on the lips. Like, it was very weird, and it was supposed to be like
South
I think
wild.
No, it's wild. I think the point of it was icebreaker, but it was really like boys would like go up on the rafters and then jump down from them to scare you, jump on you, like sexually harass you, but in a way that they were like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah, fucked. Yeah, disgusting, weird, gross. Fraternities are seriously the underbelly of like a lot of issues that are going on in the world. Okay, like let's get serious about that.
But let's just talk about
swaps
how
were a playground of,
is wild.
Literally, swaps were a playground of either like the best drunken night of your life or honestly could lead to one of your worst. Okay.
Yes, for sure. Because it was basically just piling up a bunch of 18-year-old girls who, I mean, in my case, I didn't really drink that much, with booze and letting them loose into a fraternity full of drunk men.
And the South. So, like, lucky for me,
yes.
It's northern free. I had already done enough drinking in high school to be ready. But there'd be these girls that, like, you know, were raised in conservative households and had not drank in a day in their fucking life. And these swaps were the first time that they were ever drinking. So at the end of the swap, you'd see, like, a sidewalk filled with girls with their heads in between their legs, just like vomiting on the street.
Yeah.
Mascara down their eyes, just not
And then
okay.
there'd be some creepy guy trying to like get them to go home with them.
Yeah, disgusting. It was
the girl,
all
like,
sick
vomiting.
and wrong. And then we'd also like usually have a sophomore in the sorority that was supposed to be taking care of us because like it was just a fucking free for all. Okay, we could do a whole episode on this shit, and we will. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. So this swap in particular, I think my big was supposed to be my person that was supposed to stick with me throughout the party, and like they just completely abandoned me. Then like the whole group I was with the second we got there, and I was just like completely alone. And I just remember kind of like standing there like looking around, probably like deer in headlights, because it was crazy. Like we went to a pregame, and then we got dropped off at the house, and the house was just madness. Like drunk girls everywhere. There was like boxes of pizza just all over the place, and like people were just like grabbing at the pizza, like whatever. Like it was just a madhouse. And I remember just being like so overwhelmed and overstimulated, and this girl Sally saw me and took me like under her wing, and we had the best night. We had so much fun. I loved hanging out with her. I thought she was so fucking hilarious. I remember that she was so funny.
Isn't Sally like people were trying to ship her with Craig? Sally's like actually a main player on the show.
Yeah, she's a main character.
Wait, that's fucking crazy. That's who that is.
I know, it's so weird. I remember she started posting on Facebook, because we're friends on Facebook. She started posting pictures like maybe a year ago that she was like in Charleston. I was like, oh, she must have moved to Charleston. I don't remember where she said she was from.
I'm in shock right now.
I'm sure she
told
told
me. I knew this girl well, but like I know this night like the back of my hand. I know the picture you guys took together, the rock star she had painted around her eye, core memory of college. And you're telling me this is the same Sally that in the aftermath of the Paige and Craig breakup, which I'm obsessed with Paige, so I know a lot about, is the same Sally that people were trying to ship with Craig? Oh my Lord. What a small world.
That so funny.
I'm shook to the core. I am in shock, a state of it. I cannot believe this.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like seeing someone that you're like, oh my God, I knew.
Yeah, like you ended up on reality. That actually is so crazy, because I've never had any connection to anyone in reality. That you always wonder.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I don't think I've ever known anyone who's ever like, gone on TV or anything. Wild. So it was kind of funny. Yeah, I remember like really enjoying like hanging out with her, and then like I tried to hang out with her again, and it never worked out. But I really wanted to be her friend.
You just weren't cool enough, Carol. If only she knew you'd be in Charleston one day. No, sorry. You obviously were perfect and cool, but that's how we felt. We were just like, okay, maybe we just over-chipped on our shoulders and we could have made friends, but I didn't feel that way. I mean, we did make friends, but not with
I was trying pretty hard.
Yeah, we were definitely.
No, I'm not saying anything disparaging about her.
No,
like,
she's fabulous.
She was like always, anytime I texted her to like be like, oh, like, do you want to hang out, whatever, she's always studying. So
damn,
she's
Sally,
just a smart
get that
cookie,
girl.
Yeah, and then like on the show, she like talks about how she does some kind of like medical device sales or something. So
no, didn't really have to
seems
study
like
up for that though.
She's getting it.
Not to be rude, but those guys. I have people that work in the aesthetic industry, and the medical device salespeople are always like men with like fake bright white teeth, just like huge
really
fratty personalities, like, hey guy, like it's too much. So that's interesting. I don't see that for her, but
well, it's like robots, like surgery robots.
Oh, now I feel dumb. I completely went medical aesthetics because that's what I'm used to for those representatives. Did not think of actual hospitals. Take it back.
Yeah, like she works at a hospital.
So embarrassed.
It's okay, I didn't give enough context. But yeah, that's my little funny Southern Charm story.
That's crazy. You were just sitting there like, wait, I literally know that girl?
Yeah, I was like, damn. Wait, that's Sally.
That's crazy.
And it was like, no wonder she's been posting like on Facebook a lot. Like, well, I think it's probably she has it connected to her
and
Instagram.
They're not my dad.
I just don't follow her on Instagram.
If you're not my dad, stop posting on Facebook. Like, what's going on? And even my dad, because he put some harsh pictures of me on his Facebook.
Yeah, your parents always like just think you look beautiful no matter what. So they're always just like putting the worst pictures. Oh my God, Gabby's mom, my best friend Gabby, she went on vacation with her mom and her family. And I love when this happens because her mom just posts every picture on Facebook. And I get to just see Gabby.
Is Gabby never not on vacation?
Good question. Good question. Yeah, they were just in Puerto Rico. But yeah, it was so funny. Gabby's mom just posted this full bikini pic of Gabby. And I was just like, oh my God, Gabby, you look so good.
Got it from her mama, bitches.
But I sent that to Gabby. I was like, did you know your mom posted like a full bikini pic of you? And she was like, oh my God, no.
Oh my God. And all the boomers are like, damn, is that your sister or your daughter? Can I get her number? I mean, people on Facebook are just, I can't imagine. She should not be putting it there.
That's well, like she posts on Instagram too, you know. They're connected usually.
Keep Gabby safe.
Yeah, keep Gabby safe though.
We work every day to keep Gabby safe.
Oh my God, yeah. Especially from that Boots guy.
Never forget about Boots. I think we already told that story. If not,
I know we have. We can't.
One day again for the 4th millionth time.
We literally can't.
It's so crazy that that's another thing people get mad at podcasters about is like repeating stories. I've seen it. I've seen you freaks in the threads. And it's like, what? When you talk and you talk and you talk, like I do have many moments where I'll start to say something on this and be like, oh wait, I definitely already said that. But there's gonna be times that I don't. Yeah. I'm not a fucking encyclopedia. I've pretty much.
But not everyone who's listening has also listened to every single episode. So I also get annoyed when like there's so many inside jokes and they never explain anything on podcasts. So.
Agree.
That's like a pet peeve I have. Like if they only ever say like their husband or their boyfriend's like name and like they never ever say who it is. It's just like this name. I'm like, is that your brother? Is it your husband? Is it your boyfriend? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, it's towing the line of like over reintroducing things, but then it's you know, you can't.
It's like definitely a delicate balance.
It is, and that's okay.
But yeah, I hate when there's like way too many inside jokes.
Oh, we have to do like another. I think we just have to do every year that like it's the beginning of school season, like college. We have to do like an Alabama themed episode.
Revisit. Honestly, yeah, we should in August.
Stories. Like that was one of the craziest times of my entire life. So we really have to dive back in.
We definitely need to like dig deep into the archives.
Yes.
And pull some things.
We even need to like redo our friendship breakup episode because I think it'll be really
we never
vulnerable and
saw
beautiful.
The light of day.
We did it as like episode 2, which was way
literally
too
bold.
And we had already drank a bunch of wine for our first episode because we were nervous. And it has never. I would love to own it. Well, I don't even know if I want to hear it. It's somewhere in your computer files, but
yeah, it's somewhere.
Never released. We didn't want to be that drunk for it. We want to have some type of outline for it. Yeah. But it was a fun episode for me and Carol only.
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
But yeah, it's a beautiful story. It has a lot of themes of youth and growing up, like, and boyfriends getting involved in friendships and friendships being great, but also one side of them still has some growing to do. So you make a mistake. Like, there's a lot of beautiful themes involved in our friendship breakup.
Yeah,
and then
good lessons
the reconciliation. Learned. Oh my God, over sushi, nothing better.
Yeah,
nervous. I'll never. It was a first date. Like, oh my God.
Literally,
and we had to leave the first restaurant and go to a second location because it wasn't working out. Yeah.
The waitress literally abandoned us. And we were
just sitting there staring at each other, like, so nervous. And then we didn't even have, like, a waitress coming to, like, break the ice in between the moments.
We didn't even have water.
Yeah. She like, just did not.
Couldn't even take a sip of water to take a break. No, oh, my God.
Couldn't even get me a drink over here. I haven't talked to this girl in a year.
Literally. But then it was, like...
Magic,
putting on
like glue. Yeah,
like riding a bike.
It's crazy that we even had a breakup, but it's a beautiful story of resilience and things working out how they're meant to, and me painting Carol beautiful.
Oh my God, yes.
Begging for her to love me.
That again. I still cherish to this day.
Yeah, we definitely will. We got lots of good stuff coming for you guys in the future. But thanks for enjoying our rambling as of right now. We're going to get those themes cranking out, but I have a little inkling that you guys love the rambling ones as much as you love the theme ones, so I'm not too concerned about it.
Me neither. You can find us at Pretty Much Fine Pod on Instagram and on TikTok, and Pretty Much Fine on YouTube. You can also email us, please, I'm begging, at hello@prettymuchfine.com with your still stewing or survived it stories or just whatever. Just send us an email, please.
And hello is HELLO. Just
in case you were getting it wrong.
Received them yet. At prettymuchfine.com.
If you enjoy this episode or this podcast, do us a huge favor and drop that link in your group chat. Share it with your friends, your enemies, text your ex. Tell them your life is so much better now that you have us and this podcast. Also, leave us a review. Go on Apple or Spotify. Tell us what you're loving about the show. It really helps us out.
I did actually use to spell
and
hello.
That's all, folks.
When I was little, little, okay, before you're really learning how to spell, just to make this clear, I spelled hello with a W at the end. Like, I remember that distinctly. I really little, barely know how to spell my name yet, little. Okay, don't you dare.
HELLOW?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, it made sense to me at the time, as just a youthful girl learning how to spell. Oh, is that so funny? As if you knew how to spell everything when you just were out of the womb? I don't think so.
Just the additional letter.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
There's a lot of that in the English language. I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world.
Are there a lot of silent W's?
Yeah, there's a million silent letters in the English language. Don't even get me started.
Yeah,
I can't think of any right now, but I know. Maybe. I'm sure it is. Because as long as there's a world, that's been done before. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So.
Yeah, well, hello. Just make sure you don't add the W when you email us. Yeah, just don't add that W. That's silent W.
Oh, my God. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you next week. Hang up the phone. That was totally our original idea. Fuck you. Let's have a war with Pretty Basic. It'll be good for
we should
visibility. Yeah. Hey, Pretty Basic. Ring, ring. Pick up the phone that you stole from us. Pick it up, girl. Because, okay, just last thing on that. I know we just said bye.
But I'm not done.
I'm not actually done being upset about something that probably isn't even what what we think it is. But
definitely not.
Want to emphasize that are they even the same? I really want to make it clear that we did the phones because we are two friends calling each other up each week. Long distance friendship is part of the theme of our podcast.
Exactly.
And so we're literally calling each other up, which is where we even put the phones in there in the fucking first place, because why else? Because my other question is, why is everyone using rotary phones if that's not part of your theme? It's a podcast. Use microphones.
Yeah.
Girls Gotta Eat, they're covered. Two girls holding microphones makes so much more sense. We use phones because we're calling each other up. So to use a phone when you're not calling each other up, especially as
they're sitting next to each other in a podcast studio.
Make it make sense. It just doesn't even make sense. So just want to get that off my chest because it's been sitting there for a while, and want to make it clear that our phones make sense. Their phones and other people's phones, no, all for
don't make
creative
sense.
Direction, which is good. I love design that involves rotary phones, clearly, but doesn't make sense. Period. Thanks, Carol. Yeah. All right. Well,
Agreed.
Goodbye. See you guys later.
Goodbye. That's all.
That's all, folks.